Hey guys, Taylor here with There Goes Action Sports, and today we're going to be doing a review of the Bonafide SS107. First of all, I would like to say shout out to Raccoon Creek Outfitters for getting Pop set up with his kayak as long as mine and going above and beyond with the extra effort. I'm going to start from the back of the boat. You have a large cargo section. Comes with these tie downs already in place. You can add trolling motor or a rudder. This plate right here is used to take off to get inside to access the inners of the boat. And then if you come up here, you have these two little convenient clips that are used to just secure your seat a little bit more. I personally don't use them, but you can. Moving forward with that, you have a perch pad on this side and this side, which really helps getting in the boat. You can get the boat halfway in, step here, then step on the perch pad, get in the boat, and then push off into your river, lake, pond, wherever you're at. The next thing I want to show is the seat. Now the seat is probably one of the best features of the kayak besides its stability. And what the seat is you have these two levers right here. You pop them down and then you can then lift your seat out. Now that the seat's out, I just want to show you the seat a little bit before I get back to the kayak. So you have multiple adjustments. You can change the back by tightening this and the upper if you want more support, and same for the bottom. So if you feel like your butt is sinking, you can tighten these. So that's 4 different straps for comfortability, which is pretty nice. And all in all, the seat there's a lot of great features of the kayak, but the seat is one of the best. And another cool thing about it is you saw how easily I popped it out. All you got to do, set it on the ground. If you're fishing, catfishing, you just want to take a break, and you can use it like a regular seat. Now, along with all that, the seat can even do more. You can pull this tab in the front. So when you're sitting, it's located between your legs. You pull that, and it will pull the back down. And then if you fold the front down as well, you can then change your seat position to a lower position. So I don't know if you could tell if you'll lower the camera. So now you're riding about roughly 5-6 inches lower, and this is a good height for if you're going a good distance. It's a good travel mode. And then when you get to where you want to be, and you kind of want to be up higher again to see and have more fishability, then you can change your seat. I'm going to go ahead and show you that on my kayak, because Pops just got his kayak and he's missing one component that Bonafide forgot to send out. So I'll show you that here in a minute. So now that we've gone over the seat, the next feature is on both sides. You have very convenient layouts for your paddles or your parking poles. So we normally run a paddle and a parking pole, just the way we fish. Just so you guys know, this is a 33-inch kayak, so you're gonna want like a 250 centimeter to a 260 centimeter paddle, just because of the width. As long as being so high up, you're really gonna need that extra length of your paddle. Anything shorter doesn't really get the job done. And now that I'm going along with telling you the width of the kayak, I might as well let you know the SS107 stands for 10 foot 7 inches. So it's a 10 foot 7 inch kayak that's 33 inches wide. So you have this nice convenient holder for your paddle, not going anywhere. We haven't had any problems. We have it hooked up, we drag it through the woods, it's stuck on branches, don't lose anything. And then you have the same thing on the other side for your parking pole. So you get your parking pole set, pull back a little bit just so you're not hitting it with your paddle, and then you're good to go. Now you can also, if you don't use a parking pole and you use some sort of anchor system or whatever you use, you can also use this to hold a rod. We just prefer not to. We fish a lot of shallows and flats, so the parking pole works good for us. Let me get these out of the way. So continuing forward, you guys can get a underbend storage tray that comes with the kayak, and it has these 4 notches that you see. Now you see these 4 notches, they go along with these 4 rivets, as long as 4 up here. So if you put it together, you can kind of figure out, you lay 1 rod here with the butt end, and it will run up and sit in each one of these to stage 4 rods nice and even while you fish. I personally like to stage 2 and put 2 in the rear, but it can hold 4, and we've done it before. Moving up, you do have this rail for attachments. It is the rail that the bin runs on, but you can still attach something and still get the bin out. So you put something right there, you can still access what you need from underneath the seat. And then moving forward from that, staying with the rails, you still have about a 6-inch rail here, along with a 6-inch rail there. Now those are all the rails on the kayak. I do wish they had some in the rear, but unfortunately they don't. But you can always add them. In the middle, you have your dry box. Now you can also use this for electronics, so you can put your fish finder on top, mount it on top, and have your battery on the inside, and your transducer underneath. And you're probably thinking, well, I don't want to have all that on my kayak in case it gets stolen. Well, you simply undo the front, flip this switch right here, back, and you can take this and lock it up into your vehicle so no one will take it, along with personal items. So when you're on the water, say you don't use this for a fish finder, you can put your wallet, keys, phone, whatever you want in there. I haven't had any issues with water getting into it. Moving forward with the boat, you have these perch pad like designs in the floor that give you just enough grip, but what they also do is it's a very soft material, so if you go from sitting to standing, you're very quiet. So it's a very stealthy kayak. And then you also have the same feel from the perch pad on your footrest right here. So we personally use the footrest when we're in the lower position. When we're in the higher position, they actually have these little slants right here, depending on your size. I'm not a very tall person, that you can put your foot right there as you're sitting in the high position and paddle just fine. And along with the angle there, they also have this nice cutout, so when you do want to stand up in the kayak, you can have a nice wide stance. And while I'm talking about wide stances and standing is no issue in this 10-foot kayak. I know 10 feet is small and people worry about the stability. It is absolutely amazing what they have done with this 10-foot kayak. Moving on with the front, and the foot pegs are also adjustable, obviously. So you flip the switch, put it wherever you want. Moving on with the front, you have a huge storage bin that doubles as storage and a rod locker. So right now, we just have a life jacket. But if you get in here, you can see you have all the way until the removable box to store things, as well as a channel on the left and the right to actually store rods. So not only can you have 4 rods there, you can store rods inside your boat. Now the I will say a one con of this kayak is there is no built-in rod holders. But you put a Yak Attack in the back or any sort of rod holder along with the system that they have set up with the drawer, you're fine. Keeping to the front of the boat, you also have this, as I said, this helps keep your rods from overlapping and keeps them in alignment. But when you're paddling, and you're paddling, once again with this special perch pad, this dampens the sound. So you're paddling, you take your paddle, you put it in, you lay it down, now you're fishing. You need to access your paddle quickly to turn or do a movement. You're about to be in a tree. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Stick it back in. Awesome. One of my favorite features of the kayak, hands down. Then, to finish off this, before I show you another feature of the seat, I'd like to go over, you don't have any sort of flimsy handle. This is completely solid. It's not going to break. Say you're going upriver, you want to hook your rope to it and drag it. It's not going anywhere. As well as the one in the back. Completely solid with some cable that keeps it down and out of the way, and then up when you need it. So it works very, very well. Now I will show you guys how to change your seat when you are in the high position and you want to go to the low position on the water. So to step over here, I will show you. So as you see, I'm in the high position as we sit. And I will also show you what I mean by where you put your feet. Right here works great in the high position. If I were to be in the low position, I'd put my feet on the pedals. So you're on the water. You decide you're done fishing. You want to travel upstream, downstream. You want to do a good paddle. You want to be a little bit lower for some more speed and a little bit more stability. You stand up. You simply unlock that side, this side. You have two levers. Then you pull this. You're going to push that back. You're going to take that string that's hanging right there. You're going to lift it up. You're going to pull it. Now that's folded the back down. And you set it back down. Now you're in the low position. Take your two levers. Lock them back. And now you're basically in what I call cruise mode. And you're cruising down river. Now you might say, well, how am I going to get that back? Well, when you're ready and you get to your spot and you want to sit a little bit more high up for casting and to see the fish, well, you simply stand up, undo the levers again, and now remember, this kayak is very stable, so when you're standing, you're good. You're going to lift it up. Now you see this piece right here? That's where you take the back, you get it caught on it, you pull it up. Now that just raised the back of the seat, and you just flip the front of the seat, and you simply put it back down, lock it up, and you are back to the high position. Now I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on this kayak before we bought them, and I haven't seen anyone explain that, so I wanted to show you guys. I will say there's no other seat on the market that does that I know of. And Bonafide has just absolutely figured it out and crushed it. Another thing I want to say about this kayak that makes me proud is it's made in America. And at the end of the day, this is a extremely good product. It is a great bang for the buck. And I couldn't be more pleased with the SS107. And I want to give a big shout out to Dustin from Raccoon Creek Outfitters for helping us out to get these, get them to our house, answer all of our questions, and just make the whole process very easy. We're extremely pleased. I've had my kayak for about a year. Pops just got his. He loves it. I stand by this product. They do have some longer ones that are nice, but for a 10-foot kayak, I don't know anything else on the market that beats this kayak right here. Let me know your thoughts on the kayaks. Let me know if you know anything else out there that compares. Let me know if you have any specific questions. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button if you want to know more videos. If not, don't hit the button, but at least subscribe. It really helps us out a lot on the channel. We're trying to grow. We have a lot of stuff coming up. So take care. Go catch some fish.